Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers, where I continue on the farm. Yes, we are continuing to make the greenhouse, and where are we? We're standing at the central core. So, what's on for the plan today? Well, the plan today is to finish this thing as much as possible. So, let's have a look at what needs to happen. All right, so last week we kind of finalized our setup here. So what I want to do today is basically get the rest of the railings in. I'm going to set up some projectors to see if we can't now print out 3 more, which should work with minor adjustments. There's just some things like renaming this. Is all named Shuttle 1, so there'll be Shuttle 2, Shuttle 3, Shuttle 4. And then actually properly enclose this and get our algae farm back up and running, which will be the kind of central tower in here. So yeah, quite a bit to do left to finish, but you know, we kind of got the hard part done. Once we get all that done, then it's just a matter of going into seed production and food gathering and the like. All right, so I've got the connector systems in place already. So now I just need to get the beams going down. So yeah, I'm thinking about this beam here kind of over the last week. Yeah, it's kind of a big ass chunky little setup here for, you know, just a small harvester in there. I tried using the truss blocks, but the problem was it just wasn't stable enough. It was just out of balance. It was really hard to get it to stay on balance. And, you know, even if I use girders, it's going to be the same thing. And one of the things that I don't trust would be setting up, like, using small grid versions of these. Because, you know, small grid floating on a small grid, you're just asking for basically Clang's attention and it exploding at some point on you. So that's why I kind of went with this heavy rail here. Which does mean I am going to have to put more on these other ones here. So let's get these guys in. Once I figure out where I'm hiding them on my toolbar. Where am I hiding them on my toolbar? Hey, Mr. Piggy, you're probably right behind me, aren't you? I won't worry about the color yet. Just make sure I'm not about to have my face eaten from behind. No, I'm not. Okay. And yeah, let's start laying some of these guys down. All right, I've also got cargo containers now at the end of each of these lines here to make sure I have access to parts, because some of these areas aren't quite being reached by the build and repair system, so I wanted to make sure I had easy cargo access. Okay, that should get me close enough on that one here. There was something I wanted to double check, make sure our production is still going well, and yeah, I think I'm out of cobalt. Okay, so this means we get to go do a cobalt run. Where is my cobalt? Right over there. Okay, so that's nice and close. And we got an opportunity to play with the new MPV. So the multi-purpose vehicle, like I said last week, I got it converted over to drilling so I could do some ice scraping. I think this time we are going to, do a little quick modification on it. Mostly I want to get some sorters in. Put you in there. Now, my cobalt's in the ice, so I don't think I'm going to need a stone sorter yet for that. But you know what? If I don't do it now, I am going to forget. And they won't be there when I do need them. This way, all I have to do is just plug them in. Where are you, Mr. Piggy? Oh, there you are. Hi! Thought I heard someone snorting around. Hey, Mr. Oh, there's a couple of you. Wrong time to reload. Wrong time to reload. All right, yeah, these guys are emptying out. So you saw the little kind of blue spark, which is kind of convenient, is that, yeah, the nanobots will actually grab the raw meat out of these just like any other empty cargo container. All right. Can always do with some fresh ham. Okay, so those are in. Let's go and get us some cobalt here. Not a lot of deep ice right there. Okay, there's gold popping up. Now let's see if we can't get the cobalt to pop up. There it is. Where are we? It is below us. So let's back up a little bit and redirect. Okay, we're at cobalt, and the fact that I'm in stone here, let's first turn these off so I can hear myself talk, make sure we're out of terrain clearing mode. Okay, let's get to the sorters, because I am going to want to just eject the stone. So we're going to call this stone sorter, and put them in a group. We are going to drain all, and then we got to go whitelist. Stone, add that, stone, add that, and that is going to be whitelist and whitelist. Okay, then we got our little connectors here. We're going to go to these guys. We're going to call them the MPV eject, or oh, I don't know what the hell. Don't look at what the hell I just spelled there. Ejector. Yeah, that's fine. And group, you are going to throw out and collect all, and that should get my stone out of my collection. Okay. Other thing I want to do here is I want to change my cockpit screens here. Mostly, I need to get the artificial horizon in view, so we'll just do that. That way I can kind of see what angle, and I'm really pointing down here, so I'm going to start clearing terrain. Give myself a little bit of a hole to operate in so I can get my nose up. So we're just going to spin her around. There we go. Starting to get level here. So just spin in place and bang into things. That was a nice addition. I really do, really quite happy that they added that terrain clearing mode option on the drills. Okay. Let's clear out some more area. I want lots of maneuvering room down here. Now the cobalt is below me, so we're going to have to keep kind of clearing our way down. Keep an eye on my roll. I don't have as many side thrusters as I do forward and back, so I don't really want to get myself too overbalanced here. Alright, just going to keep working my way into a pit here. I'll sacrifice a little bit of cobalt here for the terrain clearing for the space. Okay, it looks like the sun right on the kind of outside part of the scene here, so I'm going to push in here a little bit. What that's going to do is give me a place for the butt of the MPV to park. I just broke something really, really explosively. What did I bust? What did I break? I exploded something back here. Thought I heard something go boom. What went boom? Oh, a whole bunch of those went boom. That ain't good. Well, poop. Okay, that should be repairs done. Let's get back to the mining. Okay, so that is a good illustration of why I want to clear some space back there. So let's just carry on here. So again, terrain clearing mode is on. Let's turn the drills back on so I can't hear myself think. And I need to hollow out back here. Okay, that should do. Let's turn it back into normal drill operations. Let's see where we're at. Oh. Found what was left of one of the thrusters. Okay. And okay, cargo containers look to be about full. I don't think I've actually picked up any stone, which is good. Let's have a quick look in the inventory here. Yeah. Okay, so we can fill up the drills here, but let's actually not. I'm going to turn off that just so I can again hear myself think. Let's figure out where the escape tunnel is. That should be, get careful, in front of me somewhere. Oh, for Pete's sakes, where are you? Escape tunnel. How the hell do I get out of my own damn hole? Okay, there it is. All right, so that is to my left and up. Would be... There it is. Okay, so what I want to do now is try to make myself a little bit more of a level escape route. So we're going to now head up this way. I feel like I need to put more lights somewhere on this thing. Okay, stop rolling. Okay, so that's the direction up out. That is way more steep than I want it to be, so we are going to attempt to widen the tunnel out quite a significant amount and kind of get a flatter trajectory on it. So just want to aim myself in the same direction. Like so. That seems like a reasonable nose up, and then I'm just going to go forward and dig a hole in the tunnel and see where I pop out. I see light. I see sky. And then every time I go in, I'll just kind of widen it open a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't need to go in there that often, but when I do. Okay, let's slowly come in here. Oh, that's the other thing I lost, apparently, is my dock camera. Do I have a projector on this thing yet? No, I do not. I need to put a projector on this thing. Okay, so we also need to put our camera back. And I'll left some blocks in there for the little guys to finish up. There we go. I also need to change my event controller. So the docking event, set up actions. I want to add eject, or turn these ejectors off, the sorters off. when I dock up, so that way it doesn't eject any stone I may have on the base unless I want it to. Hot bar. Put the camera back. So view, and let's grab the sorter here just so we can turn that on and off. Toggle block on and off. There we go. All right, now I should be able to back in. Readjust my brain and get ourselves level here. Dreams will come true. It could happen to you with a magnetic attraction. All right, and we're all docked up, and yep, everything is turned off. And we got cobalt, and we can get back to work. And that should have stalled off the system long enough to get the rest of my steel plates made. And it did. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Okay, I am carrying mostly steel plate on me anyway, so we'll just start throwing these fellers up. And no, there is absolutely no reason for me to go back and forth like this beyond tedium. Okay, let's get this out of here. There we go. That is all of those. Let's grab our coloring. No sense in waiting to the last moment here, so we'll grab and make sure that that's the same color. Hit Shift P. Get over something solid before I fall down to my doom. No, it's not. And refill our bottles. There we go. And you can be that color. You can be that color. You. And you. And you. And you. Okay, that's everyone painted, which should do me fine. Now, in the center here, we need to get some cargo elevation, and I think we can just get away with one of these guys here. So we're going to go 1 up, 2 up, and that will be my roof height. Actually, maybe I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'm gonna go with one of these. And then on top of this, I am going to put... Do I want to do this high? Yeah, I should be able to get away with it. Okay, let's just see what we can make happen here. Alright, I want an advanced rotor, and that is going to be for 2 things. First thing is I'm going to take the head off here, put a medium head on it. That way I can go down to small grid. And I am going to put a projector. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do anything overly complicated here. Let's just grab a projector. Mr. Projector. Where is Mr. Projector? There you are, 7. We'll go that direction first. Actually, where's the 0? Is that pointing at 0? Look at that, I even got it right. So we're going to get this guy welded up. Why do you wait until I leave? Okay, let's get the blueprint. So we're gonna hold Control Shift. Did I name this grid? What is you named, Meester? Harvest Shuttle, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna look at this. We're gonna hold Control Shift B, so we just get the one block, which is the Harvest Shuttle. Perfect. No, don't need to conquer the clipboard here. What I need to do is go plug it in here. I also need to, before I do anything, let's go into the build and repair systems. And we're going to turn off build new. There we go. And what that means is that they won't actually start welding up projections. Because I don't want them doing any welding on the projection until I get it aligned. Otherwise, it's just, yeah, they get messy. Okay, so shuttle, and not any of the others. So we want the clipboard. There it is. And now I need to line it up. Okay, so we're gonna move forward. Like there. We are going to try to get you in the right orientation here. Like that, and then can I get your roll? No. That would be that. Oh, good lord, why do they all look like they're going the same direction? Close. And there we go. All right, you're pointing all in the right direction now? Yes, you are. Okay, so we got it pointing in the right direction. Now I just have to try and get it aligned in such a way is that it can actually be built without crashing into. So this is the only part that I really wasn't thinking about too much. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the wheels to build in there. But I did put the wheels specifically like I actually have to adjust and push them down. Now, anyway, let's just find out what's going to happen here. Okay, so projection's in place. And now we need some blocks to connect it all. And I might as well use truss blocks here because they're longer. Is that about right? Okay, that's what I was afraid of, but I add a wheel, no. Alright, that's what I thought was going to happen, so we are going to have to do this a little bit differently. Oh. Shoot, what are we going to do here? Okay, so instead of just projecting it and having that problem of running into, like, projecting it from the rotor, I've actually mounted everything on a piston here. So what I can do is get the top part welded in, Actually, if I do this right, I should be able to, yeah, I should be able to get all of the drivetrain stuff welded in. What are you grinding? What are you grinding? I don't trust it when I hear that.
Fuel low.
Grinding. Oh, no, 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 no.
Fuel critical.
Okay, now that I got my jackpack. So like I said, yeah, that way I can get the drive system done up. Those little guys distracted me. And then I should be able to lower the piston down. I just have to make sure that I have enough piston throw. So I think that should do just fine. Okay, so I need to get some extension down here. And we can just land on that and put you guys in. And then... there we go. Okay, let's lower the piston down now. So we're going to extend the piston. Oh, poop. Well, rats. I thought I had it down low enough. Well, okay, that's good to know. Well, of course you won't let me. No! Okay, yeah, just grind it away. Fine. It's unpowered, that's why they're grinding it off. Which probably in the test I should have done in the first place. Alright. Well, you know what? Let's just help them out here. Get out of the way. Alright. Bob will clean that up. Okay. Drivetrain stuff is in, so now I should be able to push you down, and you should then get full clearance now. Did I honestly just do the exact same screw up? I just did the exact same screw up because of course I did. Alright, let's actually extend the piston this time. Then adjust the projector. Now we can do the welding. Okay, third time's a charm. Here we go. Oh, that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, alright, so sometimes all you gotta do is figure out the best, dumbest way of doing things so that you know not to do that anymore. All I really need to do is remove these blocks, make room for the projection, make sure the projection is in fact sitting in the right place, which it is, and then weld it up. Yeah, we'll clean that up. Ignore the mess. And let's turn these guys in to build new. So, build. And you guys can now start building new. I'm going to clean up a little bit here. Okay, why have you not got all the rest of the wheels in place, guys? Come on. You're slacking here, boys. You're slacking. Okay, now, my next question is, I should be able to get the blast door blocks in here. Oh, come on. Why? All right. Next plan. Okay, I am gonna get this. Once I can do it once, then I can do it multiple times. I just gotta get the kind of procedure worked out. Okay, so let's extend you. Well, there you go. Turn you off. Then, ow. All right. So now I can pull this piston back. I guess we're going to move that, because it is in the way technically. Then we can grab one of you and start welding. Okay, so I got enough of it built now that I should be able to take these pistons and just push the whole works onto the rail. So we are going to move you forward. There you go, you're as far as you can go. Then we'll grab you and move you forward. Like that, and then we can grab you and move you forward, and then finally you forward. And there we go. Okay. Now, let's do some more cleaning up. Make sure we have all the unpowered blocks. Alright, I think he wants to run away. I can hear the motors doing things. Let's get these put back into place. And there we go. Now, I don't think there are any unwelded blocks in here. So I should just be able to cut him free and send him on his own merry little way. First test, will he lock? Yes, it did! Ha-ha! Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah! Excellent. Okay. Cool. Now, it means I can take you. And I forgot to put on Keep Blueprint, because of course I did. But now I should be able to wing in a positive direction. You're going to go that way. Okay, so we're going to set you to 90. And we'll just line you up. You can dodge the piston. And reverse you. Reverse. Oops. And reverse. Okay, let's get rid of one.
Inventory full.
That is a lot of steel plates in these things.
Inventory full.
That is a lot of steel plate. Alright. Okay, so let's get the projector back on again. Cut that off. It should just pop into the same place. What am I doing? I'm doing that. Alright, blueprints. Harvest shuttle. Copy to clipboard. Yep, it is lined up. I'm going to move it forward a little bit, though. We can go to there. And then I'll take my attachment block. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get in here and make sure we have the switch turned on. So keep projection. There we go. All right, we can let these guys build. Okay, I'm gonna let those guys finish up on that. I'm gonna run this now for a test. And we can come to our little Butty Bumpton and boop, and away you go. Again, I'm not sure why you're spitting stuff out right away. Yeah, that sorter actually should be closed or off. Yep. Need to make some modifications to these guys, so let's get in here. All right, so we have an event controller. Shuttle 1 dock event. Shuttle 1 dock event is turning the wheels on. It is setting the connector to lock. And let's get you to turn your sorter off. Okay, actually, what I need to do is grab your batteries. Shuttle to batteries. I'm going to set them to recharge. No, I'm just going to turn them off. I don't want it triggering the cycle, because I'm going to disconnect you. There we go. All right, so now you're disconnected. Now we can go back into our event. What are my timers again? So timers, yeah, the forward timer, which sets my speed wheel limits. Oh, why are you broken? Why are things broken? What are you supposed to be? Did you come back? Yeah, you came back fine. Better. Okay, let's get these same guys here. I want to just turn them off so I can isolate them. Like that. So when I disconnect you by turning you off, now I can go into here, find your event. That'll start event. If the connector so you're ready, so yes. So connector lock, unlock. So if the connector becomes unlocked, we trigger the timer. That's it. Okay. And then we come over here, event. Then we just trigger the timer. So I've been screwing around with a completely wrong event controller. Ugh, not good. Anyway. Okay, so yes, we trigger a timer. So this timer setup action sets our wheel speeds. And this is where I can turn the sorter off. Okay. Then on the connector, no, not on the connector, back onto the event. So this is when it's ready to lock. We zero out the wheels, we switch the lock, and we turn you back on. Okay. Metal 2 batteries. Let's turn your batteries back on, and of course you're going to run through your cycle. That's fine. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to trigger the reverse. There you go. Oh, I need to turn you back on. And you're locked. Okay. So here, same thing. We need to go to our timers, so our forward timer. Okay, so now I turn you on. And if I switch lock you, why did you not switch lock? Well, you managed to spit one thing out. Suppose I should turn that connector? No. Alright, let's get you reversed. Make sure you're still working and make sure that that turns on. Okay, that works. This is what's making all the noise, but you are ready to go, so now I can send you on your merry little way. Let's get you to back up. Okay, that part's working. Of course, we're going to have to disconnect you again and trigger that again. There we go. All right, just hang tight there for a second, vibrate and be unhappy and miserable and, you know, all the fun stuff. All right, into here as well. I really wish I knew what that was. Like that. Okay, so now we go back on. You lock up. Everything's fine. You're all fine. You're all fine. You have almost no battery power. So let's see what's going on with the batteries on this guy. Yeah, you're really charging slowly, and that's because I don't think I actually have enough power on the base at the moment. So next thing we're gonna do, let's get all this nonsense out of the way.
Inventory full.
And of course the sorter will pull that stuff back. And now we could put a proper hit on this thing. Okay. Alright, we do finally, I think, need more power on the base, so I'm going to put up another power tower. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of those. You are right along that edge, so we're going to do the same thing over here. I know it seems weird to have your power base. Yeah, Maybe we should keep the bottom of the power somewhere a little nicer, or a little bit more undercover. Let's also eat a kelp chip here. Nice to get the crops going, so I don't have to just eat kelp chips all the time. Let's also put in, yeah, we're gonna do that. Can I do that? Let's get the plastic color. Let's get to our truss blocks. And we want 18 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, and then you. All right, so power will come back, get pushed up a little bit. Surprised you use that much power. How are you doing on power? You're draining. Why are you draining? Ooh. That's interesting. Oops. Yeah, you're at 30% power, but yeah, you're not doing good there. Why? I might need to put in some hydrogen engines, which I have yet to do. What am I doing on ice? I got 147,000 K of ice. That would... I do have fuel tanks here somewhere. How are the fuel tanks? Have I not put it in the big fuel tanks yet? No, that's not the time for that yet. So I've just got the little fuel tanks.
Fuel low.
Or even just probably the... I know I've got a hydrogen tank in here somewhere. Where it is at the moment, no idea. But at the moment, that's not my chief concern. My chief concern is that I am getting very low on electricity. So, what I need to do here is get the hydrogen engine, like so. Yes, Mr. Piggy, I hear you back there somewhere. And we're going to use the new one, which only has connections on the bottom and on the back side. So I guess we'll put... no. Where do I want to hide you guys? Where is a good place for you guys? Oh, there's my hydrogen tank. I mean, I could put them right there. Well, let's just do one of these for now. And maybe I'll do the same thing on this side. We'll go one of you guys there. And I can grab one of you guys. Put you there. Put you there. Oh, so much nicer than the old ones. All right, where are my scaffolds? Because we're gonna put one of you there, one of you there, and we are going to set up a screen out here for our power. All right, so in our custom data, I'm gonna go power. We are going to use, what does power use do for me? All right, so in here we're gonna type in power X. I'm also going to change our colors here, so our close to default kind of blue background is around 80-ish, and around 150. There we go. All right, so power in is now 16.8 megawatts, out is 5.2, turbines are running at 100%. If I want to see power of just the one thing, I then also want to see what my turbines are doing, because I don't really... Actually, you know what? Let's take out the X. Didn't see what information that gets. Alright, so this... Yeah, so the turbines are doing 16.8, the engines are doing 10 megawatts, that's better. Yeah, I was just, in general, draining the engines, or draining the batteries. As I had finally slightly gotten over what I could carry. Okay, so I do want to turn those on and off here. Yeah, let's just put the switch back here for that. Yeah, sure, we'll just do a wall switch there. Let's get our 2 hydrogen engines. Base hydro engines, because I don't want to burn through all my ice here at the moment if I don't need to. Okay, base, hydro, plug a block on and off. And they're off. Okay, and then if we go look at our power, that's what I can do from down here. No, I can't see from down there because the angle's too acute. All right, so the engines are no longer, but the turbines are doing 6.9. So we're getting 6.9 from the turbines. Batteries. Let me just eat something. Has 7 megawatts coming in because the turbines are getting a little bit more, so the wind is coming up, and we are actually outputting 5.2 megawatts. We've got 10.6 megawatts stored out of 15. Output is down to 4.7. Our input is at 7.2. All right. Okay, so batteries are charging again. So let's get back up to the farm. Is that my base giving me that everything that color? That's just a trippy ass color. Up the long staircase. I know I could use the jetpack, but this is more fun. Oh look. Random recharge station. Cool. Let's eat a crisp. Alright, how are you guys doing now? Are you actually getting charged? Yeah, you're up to 6% power. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna poop out everything that you might have in you, which is fine. Everyone's sorter is turned off. Everyone's sorter is turned off. Collectors are turned on, right? Yep, okay. Collectors are turned on. Okay, so Earthlike. Why am I making a greenhouse on an Earthlike? Well, this is a good time to have a look there. If you can see down here. Nope. Let's get into the right. There we go. Nope. Nope. Well, in the bottom mid corner there. Can I point at that bloody? Nope. No, I can't get the pointer in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Anyway, you can see that I got high oxygen, but it is getting cold out, and there are weather conditions that can actually kill your plants. Good. You've turned around. You've turned around. You have reversed operation, and you have reversed operation. So you guys are all doing your thing. So anyway, as I was saying, is yeah, weather can have a detritus effect on your crops, and I would rather not have my crops get wiped out. So that's why I'm going to put up greenhouse stuff. Okay, how do I want this to go? I'm going to take all these corners here. And docked, and docked, and docked, and you did not turn your sorter on. Why? So we're going to go into your dock event, select actions. That's because I don't think I set you correctly. So I'm just going to send you on your happy little way. Stop putting stuff in there. I should probably replace, yeah, that's what I'm going to do there. That sorter actually then is done. Anyway, nope, distraction. What was I doing? I totally forgot what I was freaking doing. Right. Event controller, dock event, select actions. Sorter, turn sorter on. Let's turn you around. And just figure that, and I think what I actually need to do is put a big ass sorter in here.
Inventory full.
That's what I need to do. I'm not going to whitelist it or blacklist anything. I just want the one as a one-way valve. So we're going to grab our sorter here. And I just don't want anything getting pushed into the shuttle connectors. Oh, no, that is the wrong way. We are pointing back towards the base. Like that. Like that. And like that. And that should keep anything from getting pushed into that connector, which is exactly what I want. I just want things to get pulled through. I mean, I can set these guys to drain all, but I don't... maybe I should. Yeah, let's set these guys to drain all. We're also going to name it here, so we'll call this base shuttle. No. Shuttle base valve order. And then we're going to copy that information. And we're going to paste it on that guy. On that guy. And on that guy. All right. Now let's start thinking about getting some actual greenhouse space. I'm going to round out these corners here. Yep. And let's get you out of there. And I should still be able to deposit. It's just going to go whoop that way. I'm going to pull those bits out so I can replace them with these guys. So we're going to put you there. You there, boy. What day is it today? Why, it's Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. You don't say. Remarkable boy, remarkable boy. I haven't missed it. And over here. Right, so I guess I could turn my helmet lights on. Okay, so with those in place, let's go to our Windows menu. I'm going to need to get some glass in here. Where are my glass? Where is all the glass? There's all the glass. So we're gonna go window. And I want these guys, because I want to put you. There we go. Put one of you there. We're gonna fall down the stairs. One there. One there. And one there. Okay, cause now put that there. That there. Let's get these little spaces filled in. Like so. So yeah, we can start laying in our greenhouse. But I think, just because the weather's turned nasty, getting this all straightened out took a little longer than I thought. But like again, looks like I've got everything working on the shuttles. We can send these guys for one more test cycle, but I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, maybe hit the old like button. If you're not subscribed, and well, heck, you got this far, maybe consider hitting the subscription button. If you want to help support the channel, become a channel member, you can hit the join button below or click the link in the description. Big shout out to Lee Barron, our channel member and supporter. Thank you for your support, Lee. Until next time, guys, be safe out there. Be good out there. Most importantly, have yourself a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.